Hello, this is the Dave and Chuck show. This is Chuck Schwartz.
Hi there. I'm a financial planner with Ameriprise Financial right here in Prescott.
And my name is David A. Snyder, and I'm a CPA, MBA, and EA in my own company, David A. Snyder CPA, PLLC. We are both part of the Prescott Sunrise Lions Club. This Prescott Sunrise Lions Club just helped establish, about a year ago, we established the Prescott High School Leo Club, and members of that Leo Club are currently learning to create television shows by doing the directing, camera work, and producing and editing of this broadcast. The members of the Prescott Media Center crew are teaching these Leo Club members these skills.
We have three main fundraising activities in our club. We recycle newspapers in the Prescott Valley Dewey area. We have the tax credit program for charitable organizations, which we'll be talking about a little bit later on. And then we do calendar sales in the Quad City area.
During the show, we're going to talk to you about the Arizona tax credits and other projects we do as Lions. With the money received from these fundraising projects, we create we fund several projects, including
we provide kids that have eye problems with glasses and treatments such as surgeries as needed.
We provide funds for kids with hearing issues.
We help fund the Big Smiles program for kids with dental needs.
We provide funds to 17 local agencies that provide services to families in need in the Quad City area.
We provided 2 state-of-the-art eye scanners to the Yavapai County nurses that allows them to screen every school-age child in Yavapai County for potential eye problems.
And we help fund the Lions Club mobile eye care van that is used for people in underserved areas in Yavapai County.
This is what Lions do.
Because we serve. Okay. So there are 5 tax credits that Arizona provides for Arizona. So I'm going to talk about the first 4 because I like to talk about because you can utilize all of them. Okay, and then Chuck will transition into the charitable organization tax credit, which used to be called the working poor tax credit. So Arizona Military Family Relief Fund is online, and you can get $400 married filing jointly and $200 for other statuses like individual, head of household, other statuses. You can get that online, and that helps. Its name is the Arizona Military Family Relief Fund. So anybody that's on deployment, it helps the families of those people in Arizona. Now, all these programs are also, all these tax credits are also Arizona tax credits. So they have to go to funds in Arizona. The public schools is another Arizona tax credit, where like for the Leo Club or the FBLA for Prescott High School or Bradshaw, one of those high schools. But the public schools help. It could be any kind of program in the public schools. It could be sports related. It could be academic related. It could be service related. And it's $400 married filing jointly, $200 for individual taxpayers or other statuses. And I always like to say Future Business Leaders of America, because my daughter's in that. And
I contributed to that last year specifically for that.
Exactly. So we always say FBLA because my daughter's high in that organization, but she also started this Leo Club that we just mentioned. The school tuition program, which is $2,173 married filing jointly and $1,087 for individual taxpayers. Sacred Heart, Primavera are examples of that. They have to be private schools. And you get, okay. And then the foster care tax credit, which is $1,000 married filing jointly and $500 for individual taxpayers or others, sort of like CASA. That's a group that does foster care. Now you have, for these programs, for Arizona Military Family Relief Fund, you have until December 31st of 2016 to do that tax credit. The other 3 that I mentioned, public schools, the school tuition programs, and the foster care tax credit, you have until April 17th of 2017. Now what this means is, along with the organization, which we're going to talk about, the charitable organization tax credit, which we're going to talk about in a minute, you have married filing jointly, you have $4,773. So if you owed $4,773 in Arizona and you did all these tax credits and you're married filing jointly, you would owe zero, and you would probably get all your withholdings back, Arizona withholdings.
Dave, can I interject real quick just for clarification? You've used the term tax credit a number of times because that's exactly what these are, a tax credit program. But why is a tax credit, especially for the Arizona tax return, so important compared with just a regular deduction to a charity?
Because it's a dollar for dollar credit against what you owe in taxes. So that's why it's so important. You're able to take that money, offset what you owe in taxes, and then you would owe nothing. But also because it's for your community. It's these things, these tax credits, help the community that you're providing funds for in Arizona, and that means that you're able to, you're able to monitor the organizations that you send these funds to, and again, it's a dollar for dollar contribution against your taxes. Now, for other statuses, it's $2,387. So if you owe $2,387 to tax, then this could offset that entirely. And then you would get your, and for example, if you're married filing jointly and you owed $2,000, then and you paid in $4,773 to these tax credits, then you would be able to carry forward the $2,773 extra up to 5 years. So that's also very good. Also, on the federal side, it carries forward to your federal. It helps your federal charitable contributions, and it only helps up the effective tax rate essentially for that.
Because it's a deduction, not a credit.
It's a deduction, not a tax credit on your federal tax return. So why don't we go to the charitable organization working poor tax credit, Chuck?
Okay, thank you, Dave. An excellent overview of the other tax credits. And again, I'm just going to tag on there, if you don't mind, to say that what Dave made as a point, which I am emphasizing, is that you can contribute to each of these. The military perhaps not, unless you're actively deployed, but the other ones you can contribute to, and all of the credits add together. So it is a huge opportunity that the state is giving you to, one, reduce your state income taxes, two, potentially reduce your federal income taxes, and three, help your neighbors locally at the school level, for foster care, and for charitable organizations.
Excellent recap.
Thank you. The one thing that I'm going to say, this is totally off script, the one point that I want to emphasize that Dave made is that a change has been made for many of these tax credits. You can make the contribution up until April 17th of 2017 and still have it count as a tax credit against your 2016 Arizona taxes. However, they will not qualify as a tax deduction on your federal income tax because that cutoff remains December 31st. So you may want to think about not taking advantage of this extra time and make those donations before the end of this year. Hint, hint.
Excellent, excellent.
So now coming to our program, which used to be called the Working Poor, it's now called a charitable organization. The agencies that we supply, that we provide support to, and there are many of them, all are helping your local agencies, your local people, through the works that they do. And I just wanted to say a brief word about some of them. Some of these agencies are new to our tax credit program this year. Some have been around for several years. For example, Agape House promotes transitional housing for homeless families. It helps them live together as a family while they regroup and get back on their feet. Two programs involving canines, the Canine Companion for, sorry, the eyes are gone there, Canine Companions for Independence, which Carl spoke about last year, and also Leader Dogs for the Blind, provide support dogs that are highly trained for people with disabilities, all sorts of disabilities, or specifically for sight impaired. Camp Tadia, which is an Arizona Lions Club sponsored project, is in the White Mountains, and they provide a week of camping experience to kids with disabilities. It helps them get away from the folks and have the ability to have their conditions still monitored, but have fun in the out of doors, and it also gives their parents a little bit of a break. Right here on the campus of Yavapai College, there's the Del E. Webb Family Enrichment Center, and that's a project that provides child care support and training for kids ages 3 months to 5 years. It also provides the ability for people that are in the program at the college to get hands-on experience. The Fair Start Backpack program from the Coalition for Compassionate Justice was started a few years ago to promote and provide school supplies and backpacks to low-income students. The Family Advocacy Center, let's try and say that 5 times fast, strives to reduce the transition that occurs in violent abuse, and it provides a safe, supporting atmosphere. The Hungry Kids Project, one that really tugged at our heartstrings in our club this year, is sponsored by the Yavapai branch of the Arizona Community Foundation, and its goal is to provide meals for kids during the weekends. Hard to think about, but there are kids in this area who do not get meals every day, and sometimes the only meal they get is lunch at school. And so this helps provide the carryover meals over the weekends.
That does tug at your heart.
It does. It does. People Who Care provide non-medical services, and we support their adult eyeglass program. The Prescott Area Shelter Services provide shelters for women and kids, women with kids who have been abused at home. We have school nurse assistants, and quite often that ends up referring students to the programs that we mentioned at the start, the Big Smiles, Eye Care for Kids, etc. Yavapai Food Bank, which is a really well-run organization headquartered in Prescott Valley, provides food for low-income people who need a little bit of help, and they will give them baskets of food so that they can help make ends meet. Yavapai Exceptional Industry has been around since '74, helping to provide employment for disabled people. And then Dave already mentioned Yavapai CASA. We also have some newer programs, several of them scholarship, teacher preparatory scholarships, and school mini grants. In addition, there's the vocational grants that our club deals with for people going to the C-Tech program. So,
well, thank you, Chuck. And that is again, that's $800 married filing jointly, and $400 for individual taxpayers.
and look, don't forget this.
Yes, absolutely. You look,
That'll be showing on. That's
Yep.
just a joke. Now, in carrying on with the discussion on the charitable organization tax credit, I'm going to spend just a little bit of extra time on a couple of these. We covered the Hungry Kids Project already, but I wanted to come back and emphasize this because the Yavapai Community Foundation has partnered with the 4 unified school districts, Prescott, Humboldt, Chino Valley, and Mayer, to provide support to kids who need meals. They have volunteer personnel who put together packets. They deliver the packets to the school, and then the school staff who have previously identified kids that may need some of these meals will then distribute them. And that way we help make our kids less hungry, and when they come into school on Monday, They're not thinking about having an empty stomach. They're thinking about, oh God, I'm back in school. Why, oh why, oh why? But they can get a better education.
Yes. More.
The Yavapai Food Bank I touched on as well, and it has been around for many years, and our Lions Club began funding it 3 years ago, I think, and it has done a tremendous job, continues, and we're very, very proud to make donations to it. Yavapai Exceptional Industries, which I indicated provides job training to people with disabilities. Actually, one of its founders back in 1974 was a member of our Lions Club, John Hood. And so that's one of the main reasons that we support it very proudly and will continue to do so. You may have seen their park benches around town. They have lots of industries, lots of companies that will gladly hire their people with disabilities, because these people, they have little disabilities, but they don't see them that way. They see it as, I need an opportunity to be able to live independently, to give back to society and make myself proud, and they do a great job at that.
Excellent.
I'm going to talk a little bit about the various scholarship programs that we got, because I kind of glimpsed over that. I was having some sort of spell. But some new projects, new tax credit programs that we've got are the teachers preparation scholarships, and these are little scholarships that teachers can apply for in our school system and use them to help get them prepared for furthering their education. And then we have school mini grants, and these are, the name pretty much is self-explanatory. Schools can apply for money from our tax credit program. We very happily give it to them. And then they have little grant sessions that they put together, and that can help teachers if they see students in need of supplies, or if there's something needed for the classroom. They don't have to pull it completely out of their pocket. And frankly, when I first moved to the Prescott area, it's a beautiful area, but I was appalled to find how poorly the schools are here. This is not an editorial comment, it's just a fact. In having supplies that are needed for kids to have good education. And having teachers having to pull money out of their pockets to fund that, that's a wild situation, and one that I feel that these school mini grants will help a lot with.
You just got the teacher vote.
Yeah, I'm not running for anything, by the way. That's a different organization.
And regarding schools, though, I mean, we have great schools around here. We got the colleges, Embry-Riddle, Yavapai College helps with a lot. I also enjoyed the CTEC when we went to CTEC one time. But in fact, because of that, I got my son in a program there for a week that he learned he's 12, he learned how to build a robot.
Oh, cool.
So that was pretty neat.
Yeah. And that brings me right to one of our other line items on our tax credit program, which is vocational scholarships. Each year, our club makes 3 scholarships available, $1,500. And 2 of those go to Prescott High School for kids that want to get education when they graduate in a vocational area or nursing, something like that. But we also have dissected one of those scholarships. We give it directly to the CTEC program out at Yavapai College. And CTEC is the Career Technical Education Center, by the way, out by the airport. We give one of those scholarships to them. The average age of students out there is actually about 37. So we're not talking high school students that need funding. We're talking about adults who want to better their training and make good money. And we are proud and happy to do that because it helps the community.
And there's lots of programs out there, welding, uh, making weapons. There's a lot of
Gunsmithing.
gunsmithing.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
not.
I was looking for the word,
It's
but
not terrorism. It's gunsmithing.
making weapons, and they have
Auto repair, maintenance.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got so many programs. It's hard to shake a stick at. But you know, as an aside, if our viewers want to go out there, they're very happy to give you tours. You'll be impressed by this state-of-the-art facility. Now, coming back to our tax credit program, because we really never left, I'm going to emphasize again that the law has changed with regard to what you can donate to the charitable organization tax credit. And so now, if you're a married couple, you can donate up to $800, have it serve as a tax credit against your Arizona income taxes, and potentially as a deduction on your federal income taxes. If you're a single person like me, it's $400. And the money is locally directed, it is well spent, and think about it this way. You write a check to the Arizona Department of Revenue, the money goes down to Phoenix, and you really don't know what it's being used for. That's okay if you're happy with what they use it for, but if you would prefer to have some control on how your money is spent, who it's benefiting, the tax credit program, the tax credit program for charitable organizations, or the other ones that Dave talked about at the start of the program, is a great way to do that. You got to pay the money anyway. You owe taxes. The state allows you to control where that money's going, no harm, no foul, and you can see it benefiting your neighbors locally, and that benefits the community. Again, though, I'm going to put that little reminder in. Get this done before the end of the year. Don't wait till April 17th. First of all, you'll forget about it. This program will have come and gone. Get it done by the end of the year. That way, the money can be put to use very quickly, and the potential use on your federal income tax as a deduction will be allowed for this year.
It really reduces your tax burden on both tax returns, and it really helps.
Exactly right.
The area
exactly
communities, right. And you don't want to waste it down in Phoenix.
Now, Dave has one piece of information there just to give you an idea of how well these programs have been doing through our Prescott Lions Club Foundation.
We started this in 2009 doing the tax credit program, and the amount of money we received in 2009 was $6,596. And in 2015, it was $65,560 or $560. So it's went up 1,000% since 2009. It's really helped the community. We send these funds back to these programs that Chuck mentioned, and they really help the community in many ways.
And if I can show this to the audience, yeah, it's right here. We put inserts in the newspaper twice during the tax credit season. The first run has already come. There will be another one coming the first Tuesday in December. But this lists all of the tax credit programs that we get. Also, and there's a scroller on here, but I spent 15 minutes putting this thing together, so there it is, lionstaxcredit.org. You can get the form downloaded there, or you can make a secure donation through our PayPal link. When you donate money and you designate a program, whether it's teachers' scholarships or Yavapai Casa for Kids, the Happy Kids program, the Hungry Kids Project, etc., 100% of your dollars goes to that project. We hold nothing back. We have a separate section on here which is use where the need is greatest, and that allows our club to use its discretion in putting monies to work for special projects, again, locally. Things come up, and we will use it for that. And so, there is...
One of those special projects was a couple years ago. We bought scanners for the school nurses that go around Yavapai County to screen the kids in first and second grade, so that they could be told that they either need to go to a doctor or not, or an eye doctor, and to get their problem solved, so they're not looking at the board for 2 years and not being able to read and thinking they're stupid. So
And our brothers and sisters over at the Noon Lions Club got a old van from the New Mexico Lions, brought it over here. We paid out of our greatest funds, greatest needs fund, to help refurbish that with state-of-the-art equipment so that the van can travel to all the far remote corners of Yavapai County. And trust me when I tell you, if you have not been in the remote corners of Yavapai County, it's very remote. This is a 100 square mile county, and there are a lot of communities that it's very difficult to get services into. And this van can go right to those points, give state-of-the-art eye exams and all of that. And so it's going to make a tremendous difference. And our club was very proud and happy to help with that joint project between the local Lions clubs in our area. The other thing that, and probably the last thing that I'm going to emphasize is we've done a really great job with the support of our community in building up the funds that we have available. And we don't hold anything back, everything flows through every year, but I wanted to thank all the members of our community, the 2 or 3 of you that are actually watching this show right now. Thank you for your ongoing support, because we're hoping to increase this every year.
As it has.
As it has. We've been very fortunate, and we hope that we'll continue to be very fortunate with your support.
So I want to thank the Prescott Media Center for helping us out today. Emma, Jim, Mary, and Linda that helped create this show, and then the Prescott High School Leo Club. The member of the club today is Abby Triana, and I wanted to mention that you should be coming to our breakfast we have every Thursday at 7 a.m. at Waffles and More. We want to get new members, new ideas, and help out more people in the community. So please come and check us out. We are part of the Prescott Sunrise Lions are part of the biggest service organization in the world, with 1.4 million members in 210 countries around the world, over about 47,000 clubs. We are the biggest service organization in the world. We were started in 1917.
We're having our centennial next year.
Our centennial is next year. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and I appreciate any support we received, and please come, and we have a very gregarious club that really helpful, and we really help the community.
Men and women.
Men and women in the community, and we thank you. Thank you very much.